I'm Kunal, your host, and today we're going to dive deep into a very different topic that's not very often talked about. If you talk about today's ever growing SaaS business landscape, it's not just about marketing or sales that defines the success of your organization. It is equally important to understand the role of customer success in defining the success of modern SaaS organizations. And so I present you today's topic that talks about a very common problem statement for modern SaaS organizations. And the topic of today's talk show is from sign up to super user, how to create or how to craft a seamless onboarding experience. In this episode, I'm happy to have with me Mayank Dhingra, Senior Manager Customer Success at We360.ai. He brings a wealth of experience into managing customers and turning them into superheroes and product ambassadors. So, welcome, Mayank.
Thank you, Kunal sir. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. So it's nice to have you, Mayank, here. So, what I would want you, I would like you to briefly introduce about yourself and your journey and how you got into customer success. What have been your experiences? What is the different thing, and what excites you to actually keep going and keep performing like a superstar in customer success?
Yeah, customer success is simply a thing that in a product company or in any company where we're dealing with the customers, so the major important thing is to know your customers. So I have started my journey with as a support specialist, as a support executive, and where I get to know that what are the customer needs, what are the customer want with the product, and molding the product in that manner, and that can help. So this has started my journey with customer success, and I'm happy that I have onboarded or I have guided a lot of clients, and client knows my product with my name only. So that's I have in the journey, and that can be achievable easily by just knowing your customer, by knowing the market trends, by knowing their needs, and all the aspect that has been linked with the customer experiences. So that's how we land in customer success. And when I have joined this organization and started the customer success department, so I feel that in any organization or any company, whether it's a small, it's big or something, so two major aspects that a company need: one is customer and one is success. So that defines my department, that we make sure that customers stays with us and the organization itself gets a success. So that's the main agenda of the customer success department. Yeah, internally there are things, there are multiple internal departments like customer support, onboarding team, cam team, and these all are the part of customer success only. So we all together make sure that the customers comes to us, they stays with us. Until the time they stays with us, we give them a seamless experience.
Wonderful, Mayank. So I mean, like we have seen you working and like performing rockstar performances, providing rockstar performances, and actually really making customers happy, and actually encouraging and helping and like empowering the customers to actually navigate properly across the product. So lovely to have you here, and it'll really be a very different conversation between both of us. So what we're gonna do, Mayank, is like we have some of the questions which we have received from our previous listeners, and they would definitely want to understand your insights on the same, that how you were able to actually encounter or like how you were able to solve these challenges in the real time. So I have 5 to 6 questions for you, which we can actually go ahead and discuss in this particular session. So the first question that I have
Mm-hmm.
is, I want to understand that in your own personal experience, what are the key elements that you think can contribute to making an onboarding experience truly seamless for the customers? And
Mm-hmm.
if you have any example to like provide this particular example and where these elements made a significant impact for you in real time.
Yes, sure. So, what happens when a customer newly joins your product? Just for example, take an example of any product in the market. You sign up on that product, and when you enter through the dashboard, or when you enter in any product, that was completely blank. And clients usually get confused. Oh, what is this? What to go next? Where to start with? So here, the customer success roles appear with the onboarding team, and the best example I can share, and the best practice, best strategy I can share to give a seamless experience to your customers for any of the product is to feel the customer that this product is made for you only. like a personalized experience can help your customer to understand the product in a better way. And the major thing is to opt the product. uh, Providing a personalized experience doesn't mean to share the personalized email, to meet the client in person or in a meeting. That's not what personalized experience giving means. For a product company or for any company, when I'm talking about giving a personalized experience, that means you have to make the client feel that this product is made for you only. Because I've seen this many times, like when I start the onboarding of the client bombards me with the reasons, like what can stop them using the services, what are the challenges they may face using the services. And after understanding their challenges, I have to make them feel that I don't know about others, but this product is made for you only. Just for example, like when I onboard a client, they bombard me that I have firewalls implemented in my organization, I have firewall policies, my employees will not be able to use this, my employees will not be able to install this due to this settings, or due to this exceptions we have in our organization, maybe some network exceptions, firewall, antiviruses, and so on. So I just have to say that dear sir, we have made this for this kind of exception only. I don't know about others, I don't know about other networks, but my product is made for this kind of exceptions only, because we also know that organization like you having this exception or this network infrastructure will face some difficulties. So when we are building this product, we have kept in mind that this kind of exceptions or this kind of dependency needs to be solved. So when you say this, or when you make the client feel that this product is made for them, then the client sets a mentality, okay, I will be able to use this product easily. And that's where the onboarding begins. Then whatever you say to clients, like about the account setup, about the network setup, about the installation part, whatever you say, client will have to do their work, like client will have to follow the steps. But when you make them feel personalized, then client will do find it easy to do rather than difficult. So that is the best strategy you can follow to give a client a seamless onboarding experience.
Perfect, perfect, man. So, yes, I understand. Like as you actually highlighted, that of course there are certain unexpected challenges that comes in, and how you have been solving that. So, our second question is pretty much aligned to the same idea or the same theme. So, people just want to understand that any specific challenges that you have specifically faced in creating a seamless onboarding journey, because as you said, like there are multiple challenges that can come across, but what have been some common challenges that you faced in creating a seamless onboarding journey, and how you were able to overcome them? Any lessons that you actually were able to learn out of that, and then create a process which can automate those challenges going forward?
Yes. So the major challenge we have, like in today's time, we have tools for everything. Like you just think of it, and a tool is available for that. But what happens that the organization, the big enterprise, have been running for years, maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or any number. The organizations are running for that much year, and they have some set processes. And the person working there, the employees, the management, the IT persons, everybody is very much comfortable with their process. And when you onboard a new product to them, when the management tries that this product can help the employees to work, then there is a lot of resistance from their side, because this has to be hampering their ongoing process, and your new product is going to be a part of that process. So after understanding the customer need, the onboarding person or the customer success person need to fit their product in their process, and without getting a much of effort from the client side. So this is the main challenge we face when we onboard a new client, or when we implement our tool to any organization. So that's a major challenge, that organization has been running for years. They have been following a set process for years, and now you have to put a new thing to them. So that is the major challenge. And in order to overcome that challenge is you can mold your product. Like after onboarding a lot of clients, you might have gained a lot of experience with the different industries. Like within an ITES industries, these are the common challenges you face when you implement a product. So you have to mold your product in that way. After getting a experience from one client, it is very important to share that feedback with your team and ask your team to do several changes in your product. Like and that's the very important thing, that when you gain an experience, when you face several challenges, you come back to your technical team or to the product team and share that feedback that I have faced this challenge and we have to plan something out. So before onboarding the next customer, you have to like share the experience, you have to mold your product in such a manner that the next client won't face that same challenge. Maybe this can happen that when you go to the next client, you face a new challenge, but that's how the product journey is going to be. Like you have to fit in, you will face challenge, but molding your product into like whatever challenge you face, you have to mold your product in order to overcome that. And after onboarding 10 to 15 clients, your product will be highly ready, so another client coming on board will not face any of the challenge. So molding the product is the key to overcome the challenge, and understanding the customer needs is the path that you can follow for that.
Perfect, perfect. So yes, so that definitely makes sense. Of course, as a customer success, the how much you understand your product, how much you understand your customer. So that is a very very important an integral part. Now, so in the first two questions, we have actually been discussing about onboarding, and of course, onboarding always stays as a very very crucial and critical important part. But at the end of the day, I'm like, if we talk about the success of an organization, and of course, the primary North Star metric for a customer success team as well, is like how well a product or how well the team is able to retain the customers and give them or provide them with such a wonderful experience that those customers turn into an advocate. So, are there any specific onboarding strategies or techniques that you have been working exceptionally well for you, which helps you in retaining customers and then, of course, turning them into advocates for your product?
Yes, yes. There is one single strategy and a one-liner answer for that is reaching your customer on the right time. Okay, so but for that, for reaching your customer on the right time, for that you need to have a deep research on your customer, like what industry they belong to, how your product can be a fit for that. Obviously, you have to first before reaching to the customer, you have to have a deep knowledge of your product, not with the definitions of the features you have in your product, but how that particular feature in your product can be helpful for the client. And then after onboarding a client, when you have a deep research how they are using your product, at what instances they look out the reports, at what instances they check, even you have to have that information in your hands before reaching the customer. You have to have that information in your hands, like after signing into your tool, where is the first click that your customers make. And when you have this information, you will find the right time to reach your customer. And when you reach the customer right time, suppose just for example, if I onboard a client and I see a pattern in their usage that every week on Friday, this customer downloads my report. So if I have that information, then I will reach to the client and ask him that, sir, what if I automate this report for you, and on this particular day, this reports will be sent on your email or sent on the management person whom you want to send it. And then you can consult, like you can strategize with the reports and with the data we share, you can strategize your plan accordingly. So when I reach the customer on right time, then customers always feels that I am more being personalized and I am more being valued by this organization, like we have opted the product for. So this helps in retaining the customer. So any customer success person have needs to have a deep research on their for their clients, how they use their product, and when you know it, you will reach the customer on right time. Just taking another example, suppose if I find that the usage of my client is getting low day by day, and I reach them on time, maybe there can be an instance that they might be facing some problem, and that is the reason their usage is low, and the customer is about to raise a ticket, and a customer is about to reach the support team, and before that I reach them. So customer will feel very happy, and it will give a customer a very good feedback of the organization, like I am a valuable customer for this organization, and they reach me before I reach them. So this helps in retaining, because if you do so, the customer won't even think of going anywhere. Even though, like we are a technology company, we face several issues. But if we follow this strategy, the customer will not scold you or will not bother to go to some other software because they are facing issue, because you are reaching them on the right time. So any challenge or for the retention of the client, if you want the client to stay for a very long time, like there can be scenarios where the client has to leave and you cannot stop that. But that's very minimal scenarios we have. But if you want to retain the client, then one single strategy that you have to reach them on the right time and you have to strategize for it. And you have to have a deep research before reaching them. So that is the best strategy we can follow to retain the client.
Perfect, perfect. Bang on target, man. So that's what we exactly call proactive approach. And definitely, specifically when we talk about customer success teams, having proactive approach always helps and always provides a very good experience, of course. So that definitely makes sense and will be a very good learning for all the new budding customer success professionals out there. Now, so here we have been talking about this, that yes, you have been proactively following the customer journey and understanding where they exactly are facing challenges and then proactively reaching out to the customer. But sometimes even after being so proactive and so so much actually on the customer and like looking into their solutions, you might miss out some things. And then customer might come back and could actually provide us some real and a very eye-opener feedback to us. So how do you incorporate such kind of customer feedback into refining the onboarding experience? And if you have any such kind of example where a change was actually prompted by a customer that this is where you exactly guys are doing wrong and you should have done better, and then you actually included that specific learning from a customer, which actually led to positive outcomes for you and your team.
Yes. So for this particular for this particular question, we have to channelize the customer feedback throughout the organization. Like if a customer is sharing a feedback, first of all, if there is a customer landed, suppose if a customer landed for V360, it's not the customer owned by sales team or owned by customer success team. It's the customer owned by the complete organization. So, and if a customer is giving feedback, that's also a one step ahead, because it's already a success for you if a customer is sharing feedback to you. Because there are customers who comes in a company, who buys the product, who uses it and leaves without saying anything. But if a customer is coming to us and sharing some feedback, sharing some issue, sharing some feature requirement, that's already a success, because that can only happen if the customer is using your product properly. Then only they can share feedback. So when a feedback comes from a customer, first of all, the very important thing that the complete organization, every single person in the organization needs to know that there is a customer who has shared this feedback. And after that, we have, like, everybody needs to know, like everybody don't need to work on that, but everybody needs to know. And then there will be several teams, maybe the product team and the marketing team, who can mold their who can mold their suggestions, who can mold their feedback and add it into the product. Suppose if I just share an example that when we do not have the automated email report feature, then every customer comes to us that it is good that you have added an n number of date range in your product, but I have to go every time into the account, download the report and share it with the management person, and I have to download the report, work something on Excel, and then share the report. So this is the feedback we got. But it's not that we just got the feedback and add the feature. We have to plan something. We have to plan in a manner that the product is us and we can do anything in the product. But when we get a feedback, it is very important that we plan something and give a better outcome that the client is expecting. If a client is just expecting that you can share the automated reports. It's not just you go to the product team and ask for a feature to share the reports automatically on email. But you have to plan something to make some dynamic report, make the option to save that. So as I told in the earlier question, that molding your product after getting feedback is very important. But before molding the product, a plan that okay, a customer is expecting this from my product, but what better I can do this. So first of all, you get the feedback, you mold the feedback, you discuss the feedback with your team and give a better solution. And when the customer sees, okay, now they have done something and they have done a better job than what I am expecting. So that's what makes a client happy.
Perfect, perfect. So yes, definitely. If you actually value your customers' feedbacks, that actually turns into, or that actually helps to create a better product experience, and of course, a better customer experience from the process perspective as well. So a very very important thing. So when we talk about like taking a feedback from a customer, or learning about the challenges what customers are facing about a product, or maybe let's say for example about their onboarding journey, so all of these things comes when you're comfortable is or when your customer is really very comfortable in asking questions, and there's an open communication. So this is a very very important point which is generally overlooked by the customer success team, and many people have asked a specific question who actually understands these challenges and have not been able to get that much feedback from the customers, that how do you ensure that the customers feel comfortable asking questions during the onboarding journey, and if you have any kind of method or any kind of process that have actually helped you to encourage the open communication with the customer.
Yes. So, for making my customer feel comfortable asking the question is first, as I shared, that giving them a personalized experience that this product is made for you only, and if you have any challenge, just let us know. So that's a generic line. We all maybe in the all departments or everybody asks this, like if you have any challenge, just let us know. But that doesn't makes the customer feel comfortable. Maybe customers sometimes think that isn't this something very generic I'm asking about, but the customer needs to ask. And for that, the very first thing, you have to open channels for customers and ease of reaching to you. Maybe on email, maybe via tickets, or you have to have a lot of things in within your product only, so the customer can reach on time. Maybe what we have planned for our product, I'll just share that what we have planned. Suppose if a person is on any of the page in your product and they are not clicking anywhere for at least 5 minutes, then a pop-up appears. Okay, are you facing any challenge? So you have to reach them first and make them feel comfortable with their questions. And when that's one thing, that first you make like first you reach customer and you open channel, a lot of channel for customers so that they can reach you. So ease of reach is the very first thing that can make customer comfortable in asking question to you. Because suppose sometimes there are people who are very comfortable in talking, but they do not but they cannot frame their words into an email, or they cannot draft an email, or they cannot draft a doc and then ask you a question. So the very first thing, if you want to make your customer feel comfortable, so very first thing is you to open a lot of channel to your customer to reach out to you, maybe via IVR calls, via tickets, support, live chats. So as many as channel you can open for your customer, that can make them feel comfortable in reaching you. So that's the very first thing. And the next step you have to follow, that in under your organization, maybe you open n number of channel for the customer, but there will be one dashboard where you can see everything. Because if you open, like suppose if you open WhatsApp communication and you are maintaining WhatsApp in your phone, and you open ticket communication and you are maintaining tickets in a portal, in that case you can miss things out there. And there are chats also coming, there are WhatsApp message also coming, there are emails also coming, then you can miss. You have opened a lot of channels for your customer, but you are missing them. So under your organization, whatever channels you have for your customers, so you have to have all the things in one place. And when you have things in one place, then you will be able to answer the customer queries. So the major key is to make your customer feel comfortable in asking question is to open channels, a lot of channel, in every possible way the customer can easily reach out to you. So that can be the key of getting customer feedback and getting the customer feel comfortable in asking question to you.
Yeah, so easily approachable is actually the go-to strategy for the open communication, of course.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean that is really insightful so far, Mayank. Now, a very personal kind of question that we. So this is the last question that we have from our listeners. And which softwares, or one software, or more than one software, do you think has the best onboarding and user experience in general?
Okay, so I might be saying that V360 has the best onboarding experience so far, but obviously I'm not here to market the product, but to my knowledge, and I have used various product in order to ease my work or ease my team's work, but I find Zoho. So Zoho platform for everything, maybe Zoho campaigns, Zoho forms, and everything. Zoho has the best onboarding experience because when you enter into Zoho dashboard for the very first time, you know where to go because Zoho has achieved one thing, and that is what we aspire for in We360.ai, and that is what I suggest every product company to aspire for is to have a no touch onboarding. Obviously, if every product has a no touch onboarding, then there will be no onboarding team and there will be no customer success team. That's what the very first question came into the employee's mind when I talk about the no touch experience, but that doesn't work in that manner because if you are always wanting a client to come on meet and then you start the onboarding, that also does not make the client very comfortable because you do not have that much of time to come on meet, understand the product, and then start setting up the account. You have to make your product no touch because and so Zoho has achieved the no touch onboarding because when you enter into the Zoho dashboard, you can set up your account on your own. And when you face, like if you want to have a deep dive, then you contact their team. So the basic configuration of a product should be no touch. And when you want to deep dive, when you want to go understand the analytics, when you want to like get some use cases, then you can reach the team. But the product having a no touch onboarding is the best product, and that I have seen with Zoho products for now.
Yeah, so that again establishes the growth motion, or as like most of the SaaS companies have been talking about PLG motion, the product led growth. So when your product is actually no touch and your product is actually leading the growth, that is where actually you start getting success. And as a customer success team, of course, your life becomes more easy and becomes more targeted in that specific case.
Yes, definitely. Like when you don't have to suppose if I'm working in B360 and I have to work with the installation of my product with the onboarding with the account setup of my product for the client, so I will always be held up on doing that. But what if my product is self onboarded? My product is so much built that a client can self onboard it. Then I will plan that how can I reach customer on time, how can I make more outcomes from the customer, how my tool can be implemented to a complete organization. So these plans I can make for my customer when my product have the tendency and when my product have the power that they can onboard the client with the basic steps. They can onboard the client first and then I reach them. So it will save my time. It will save, the best thing is it will save client's time. So the very first day when the client enters into my product, they set up on their account on their own. It won't take much time, and then the client reaches us, and I just explain them. I share the use cases of my how my clients are using this from the same industry, and then the client gets a better experience.
Sure, Mike. So that's really insightful, and this has been really a very insightful session on a very different and untouched topic. So thanks again for your time and valuable insights around this important yet untouched topic in most of the conversations. And thanks for addressing the questions from all our listeners. And I'm pretty sure that everyone who was a part of this conversation was able to get some real useful insights.
Definitely, and as a customer success, as heading the customer success department, the main thing is to make your client happy, and you have to just plan for several ways, for several channels. So everybody who is listening, so customer success for the customer success department, it's not just solving the technical problems. It's about knowing your customer and molding your product. So the product team and the customer success team works hands in hand, and then it eventually leads to the product growth to your organization.
Yes. So that's so perfectly and aptly said, Mayank. Keep your customer happy. Be it your sales, be it your marketing, be it your tech, be it your customer success. There is only one golden rule: keep your customer happy. And so, with this particular happiness, we end today's episode. And still, the celebration and happiness mode is still on here in India. Diwali week is still on. World Cup week is still on. The final is still there. And all the best to the Indian team. All the best. And cheers to every listener. All the best with the great work that you all are doing to empower your own organizations. Cheers and bye for now. See you in the next episode.
Thank you so much, everybody. Bye bye.